relaxed dieting and aggressive dieting. Two ways to both lose fat, but each go about it in very different ways. Relaxed dieting is designed to still be enjoyable, you can still progress in the gym, but it takes longer. Whereas aggressive is losing fat as fast as possible by any means necessary. No meals out, definitely no strength progress, but you could be finished in just 4 weeks. You see, I'm currently on a cut and I kind of want to know what the best approach actually is. So quite simply, I'm going to run through 2 full days of both to see what they would look like, what the pros and cons are, and which one in the end I think is best. So we're starting with the chill day. We wake up after what's hopefully an 8-hour sleep. Mosey downstairs and just see what we're fancying. Egg on toast with fruit, but we make some sensible low-calorie swaps. 1 calorie spray instead of oil, 1 less whole egg, and we just have the white, and 1 bit of bread for toast, not 2. Besides that, exactly what I wanted. Not a bad start. Then some supplements, fish oil, multivitamin, and some natural testosterone boosters that you may have heard of, Tonga Ali and such, but none of these are necessary today. I take them anyway. We're a bit low on protein, so we chuck together a shake and have that en route to the gym for our normal full body workout. Still heavy, still hard, here it is. Okay, workout is done. That felt pretty good. Was definitely getting a little bit flat towards the end, like energy was running out, but I am in a calorie deficit, so that makes sense. It is definitely time for some more food though. Then back home for a post-workout meal with 3 criteria to hit. It can be anything, but it has to have a lean protein, it has to have some vitamins, aka like a fruit or veg, and it needs at least a small amount of carbs to refuel from the session. Besides that, my choice. Tuna and veg with some more toast. Bosh. I then chilled out just doing some work, got another coffee, a sugar-free fizzy drink, and was cooled down for dinner. I had no idea what it was going to be. I either have whatever my mum cooks, or if I'm at my girlfriend's house, whatever her mum cooks. But I did know that I had over 1,000 calories left in the day, and I'd already ate a pretty good amount of protein, so I'd probably be alright. Burgers and salad, and I even squeezed in a little ice cream for dessert. I had a step goal of 10,000 for today, so I'm off for a walk, which turned into a run for some cardio once that step goal was already hit. So then the cardio is separate to doing my steps. The cardio is for the sake of doing cardio, getting fit. The steps are for the sake of steps. Yeah. We then hit a stretch and a final snack before prepping for hopefully another great sleep. And that was a very, very easy day of fat loss complete. However, as we know, there is another way to go about this. As great as that day was, it would be a lot of those days to get me to where I want to be. This next approach is harder, but you would have to do a lot less of them to get to the desired outcome. The aggressive cut. Here it is. Oh, now time for the not so easy day. Not looking forward to this one. Let the day of pain and hunger commence. Let me just pause myself there actually. Go back to bed. Good boy. I've just said that to myself. With the relaxed day, it is designed to be quite chill, so every day just feels about the same. However, on the aggressive cut, it is exactly that. It is aggressive. It gets harder every single day. The side effects of it build up the longer you're on it. So I'm going to run you through a couple of those side effects as I run through the day. You can wake up now. First things first, we weigh in. This is absolutely crucial to do every day because if your progress has slowed down, you need to fix it straight away. Otherwise, you'll be doing this longer than you want to be. However, the weight that you are doesn't always tell the full story. Salt can hold water, extra carbs can hold more water, stress can make you hold a bit more weight as well. None of those things are body fat. So this is why I'm using the bodypod from Hume Health to track my progress. This is a body analyzer analyzer that sends signals through your palms of your hands and feet to get a read of metrics like body fat, muscle mass, bone density, etc. See, the reason why something like this could be important for a fat loss phase is because if you stay the same weight for 4 days straight, you would then, rightfully so, drop your calories. If you're using something like this and the weight has stayed the same for 4 days, but the body fat's gone from 15% to 14.6%, then you've actually made really good progress. So you don't need to drop your calories and make things unnecessarily more difficult. And I can only know when this is happening throughout my current fat loss phase by using Hume's bodypod. Dropping calories too low can have extra effects on top of what an aggressive cut already would, like brain fog, reduced muscle mass, loss of strength, increased hunger, and because hunger is already the baseline in a calorie deficit, that one is particularly bad. It also leverages AI to tell you what areas you need to work on based on what's happening in your body, i.e. you need more sleep, you need to decrease your training activity to avoid overtraining, etc. You can use code Josef for the first 7 days of this video going live to save yourself some money off of one of these body pods for yourself from Hume Health, who have kindly sponsored this video and are linked first in the description. On with the day. Fasted cardio-ish, 30 minutes. There's nothing really special about fasted cardio. I just quite like it. I find it delays when I start to get hungry, but also if you were to get up and then eat, you've got to wait for that food to go down before you can then do the cardio, and then you've got to wait however long to recover from the cardio before you can go and do your weights. But if you do the cardio first, you don't have to wait as long. Okay, 30 minutes of cardio is ticked off, aka 30 minutes of playing Clash Royale while cardio happens to be happening. Now, luckily, in the morning, I rarely crave something like super tasty, like I'm hungry, but I'm not really bothered right now about the flavour of what I eat, so we're going to take advantage of that and have something not the nicest, but high protein, healthy, high volume, and low calorie. Sometimes there is no saving yourself. Tuna and veg for breakfast. Yeah. At the end of the day, you've got to take advantage of anything you can take advantage from when you're doing this. So if you can stomach stuff like this at 9 AM and you're not very hungry in the morning, you're not craving anything in particular, then have it, because yeah, it tastes terrible, but it fills you up and it's bloody good macros to start. It was a pretty chill morning after this. I'm just in my usual routine still, so I didn't really have to think about anything. I know that pretty much every day I work for a while, then after getting ready, my pre-workout meal is fruit, protein, and oats, and I love it. But there was a problem. Even less energy to fuel your training. Obviously on even less calories, you feel even more crap. The solution? Making your pre-workout meal the meal that has the most carbs all day, which I just did, and even supplementing some extras. Half a scoop, which is an extra 15 grams of carbs to keep me topped up throughout the session. And 2 scoops of pre for fake energy. Upper body session is about to go down. Okay, workout is done and disaster has struck. You really have to plan out your day in terms of what you're going to be eating and when in order to make it as enjoyable as possible. Because if you're just freeballing it like you can afford to do in the more relaxed method, then you're very likely to end up hungry in the evening with no calories left. I was going to go home after this and get in some good carbs, some healthy fats because I haven't really had much fat today, and some more protein with some egg on toast, and then go on a walk to get my steps in. But now I'm going to do a different activity to get my steps in that involves me staying out. So I had to quickly think on the spot of something high protein, low calorie to bring with me, which I did just before I came to the gym. Vimto Clearweight and 5 Heck chicken sausages, 2 of those being in a roll. So we're going to munch these on our way to the next thing. That won't fill me up as much as the couple whole eggs, egg whites, veg, and just 1 bit of bread would have done. But it is still okay for today because my first meal of the day, I took advantage of not being too hungry, having the tuna and veg, so it set myself up to allow for something like this to happen because this was unexpected. You kind of have to expect the unexpected, so if the unexpected happens, you are prepared. So we gobbled that up and arrived at golf. A fun way to stick to the plan as much as I can. Okay, golf is done. Shot 80 on a par 71, like local pitch and putt for anyone that cares. I'm very new to golf, just do it for fun. And that was quite fun and getting a bit hungry. Luckily, I can still stick to the planned mid-lunch and dinner snack that I had. So let's go home. And the snack was a protein yogurt, some sugar-free jelly, an absolute game changer of a hack, by the way, with a Diet Coke. And that was followed by some more work and some more walking. Do you have to do this many steps in an aggressive cut? No, but it does make it easier. You can eat more total food, which means hitting your protein goal is a lot easier. Getting in your micronutrients is a lot easier. It also makes your weight training better because you can pull all of those calories that you've earned through steps later in the day and have them pre-workout. So you have a good workout and then you just feel a little bit groggy while doing the steps because you've got less energy for them. But the workout is more important. So 15k steps plus cardio plus weights for me today. Back from the steps, we've got a home-cooked meal that I couldn't plan. What a nightmare. No, because what I did plan still is the rough calories and protein I would need from this meal so then I can work around that, which isn't ideal to having to be doing this kind of stuff, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It meant that I was having spaghetti bolognese with 90% bolognese, 2% cheese, and 8% spaghetti. And then the plan changes again to make my evening even more difficult to stick to this aggressive cut, despite all my hard work throughout the day. I was off to meet my friends at the pub, so we walked down to burn some extra calories, surpassing my 15k step goal today, and once there, enjoyed many Diet Cokes and an extremely small protein snack, like I just would have done at home anyway, chicken. Scrumptious. An aggressive cutting phase wouldn't be very aggressive if you just sacked it off anytime there's a social event. But it would also make it 10 times unnecessarily harder if you stopped going to social events. So it doesn't mean that you don't have to go, but it does mean you're gonna have to be the odd one out at them. Yeah, 0 hits. And then it's back to routine, focusing on sleep for recovery with some blue light glasses, red LED lights around the room, a zinc and magnesium supplement from my protein, code Josef, by the way, and I'm praying for over 8 hours of sleep. So that is the 2 different methods. Which one would you rather do? 8 weeks of method 1 or 4 weeks of method 2? My answer is in the comments. Thanks for watching.